Hi there, it's Jodi. Welcome to episode 7 of Tuesday Tips. 7 weeks we've been doing this. That's really exciting. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. So today I want to talk to you about making your own designer paper. So this is just a really quick and easy card that I did. Obviously, it's just the card base, designer paper, a little strip here, and then a greeting stamped on a label. You could certainly add some rhinestones or other embellishments if you would like to, but especially this time of year with Christmas cards, I like to make things pretty simple so that they're duplicatable. I don't know if you're like me, but I send out a lot of Christmas cards, and so I want it to be fun. I want to enjoy the experience, and so I make really quick and creative cards. I don't do super elaborate things on my Christmas cards. So let's say I am making this card and I've got a few more to make, but I'm out of designer paper. I don't want to take the time or have the time to design something new, and so I'm kind of stuck with what to do. So I have a little solution for you that I want to share. So I'm going to set these pieces aside for a moment and just pull in this piece of Whisper White cards, or excuse me, Basic White now is what we call it, cardstock. So you can see this is the same size, 4 inches by 5 1/4, as the designer paper that I have here. And what I'm going to do is duplicate this designer paper. So this is the paper, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's part of the suite, the Painted Christmas suite. So I'm going to use the Christmas season stamp set, and then the greeting is from the Christmas to Remember. These are both part of the same suite. And then that little label is from the seasonal label dies. And this one is bundled with one of these 2 stamp sets. There's 2 bundles that are part of this suite, and I have them both and I use them all the time, so I forget which one goes with which. So anyhow, I pulled the images out that look like the images in this designer paper, okay? So I pulled those out and matched up the ink colors, and I'm going to make some more designer paper. So like I said, this is great to do if you run out. It's also great if you have some stamps and maybe there isn't designer paper that goes with it. You can make your own and make that designer paper. Or, if you want, maybe you really like the designer paper, but you want to switch the colors up a little bit, do that with your stamps. Okay, so I'm getting all my pads open and ready to go. So I like to start, when I do this collage-like stamping, I like to start with the biggest image, which is this one here. And I'm using the Evening Evergreen ink pad. I'm just going to tap it and randomly start stamping. Now this is going to look different every time I do it. I probably wouldn't be able to get the same exact look twice, even if I tried. So they'll all just be a little bit different. I'll add just a few leaves right there at the top. Okay. So that's the biggest image, so I started with that. Then I'm going to go to the next one, which is in Pear Pizzazz. So I'll just start. It's okay. See how that overlaps a little bit? That's totally fine. It does that in the designer paper too. So I'll just add some of these. And what I'm doing in my mind as I decide where to place this, I'm kind of visualizing where am I going to put this piece with the little holly berries. So I'll do one in here. I'll do one in here. Oh, I just did that in the wrong ink. Oh my goodness, don't do that. Of course, I didn't grab my scrub pad. I'll just get as much as I can off on the scrap paper for now. Move that one right out of the way so I don't do that again. That's not too bad. I cleaned off pretty good. Okay, so if I do holly berries here and here, I probably want one here, so I'll do this up here, and then maybe just come in a little bit, oops, right there, okay? Then I'm doing the base part of the holly berries with garden green. Oh, geez. Good thing it's photopolymer. I can line it right up. We'll turn this one this way. And we'll start with that and see how it goes. So I'll ink up my berries. These are real red, and I can set it right over it, like I said, with it being photopolymer. It's pretty easy to line up. I'd probably want to add a little bit more to fill in some of these spaces here, even if I just grab this one and come back with Pear Pizzazz and add just a little bit there, just to kind of fill in some of those spaces. Now, if I take this and pull in a Pear Pizzazz card base, and I'm going to flip it, I think, so that you see more of the holly berries. Set this one next to it, pull this greeting in that I've already done. You see how similar they look. There's obvious differences because of the variation of color in the designer paper, but I think it's a great way to have that flexibility to make your own designer paper if you need it. Or like I said, maybe you've got some stamps that you love and there wasn't a coordinating designer paper. You can make your own. So I hope you find this helpful, and I hope you have lots of fun stamping your Christmas cards this year. Thanks so much for watching.